Hey YouTube, welcome to the We All Juggle Knives channel. Today I have a review of these Perfect Point brand Kunai. Yes, throwing knives. Now I've done a previous video where I threw these knives and I'll include a link to it. However, just to get us in the mood, I'm going to include just a short clip of some throws with these. Alright, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to analyze these according to, are they easy to throw, are they good for the beginners, are they worth the money, and all that stuff. Alright, so enjoy the clip and I'll be back. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Now, these are sold either individually or in a 3-pack. Alright, so if you order these, make sure that you're clear how many you're actually getting for your money. Now, these are about 1 foot long, stainless steel. How difficult or easy are they to throw? I would say they're medium difficult. I usually rate things from 1 to 5, with 5 being the most difficult and 1 being the easiest. This would get a 3, right in the middle. What makes them easier to throw? Well, the length. These are pretty much some of the longest kunai you can get, and usually people find it easier to throw something that's longer because something that's small tends to rotate too fast and spin off into space. So the length of this kunai makes it easier to throw. The very pointed tip also makes it easier to stick. What makes it harder to throw? Well, even though it's 1 foot long, it is fairly light. It is fairly light for its length. And that's just because it's just very thin. It's fairly thin. Okay. Now, is it sharp? The edges are not real sharp. You could sharpen them if you want, but it's better for them not to be sharp with a throwing knife, so you could throw it. You could throw it by the blade. And if you're worried that they're still too, if you're worried, you can dull them even more if you want. But they're not real sharp, okay? It's not like a knife that you cut things with. It's a throwing knife. How do I throw these? I've found it's basically useful to hold it near the pommel, like right there. And you get a good chambering position, and then you release it. You want to release it, at the exact right time, obviously, the whole key to throwing. Because these are light, you have to basically release them with a real light touch. Okay, it takes some finesse. This is not like it's not like a 3-pound hatchet. One thing you should know about these, they're so pointed that when you're throwing them, it does get kind of annoying because you spend a lot of time just trying to, ease them out of your target. These are a lot more pointy than many throwing knives. But that is good in that, as a zombie weapon. Obviously, if you had a real throwing knife, you would want it to be really pointy. Now, the tips on these, because they are so pointed, they're naturally going to get beat up and probably going to bend. So you're going to have to basically file down or grind down these tips. When they get bent, you're going to have to repair them. And you're going to have to basically reprofile the tips to a more broad geometry. Like this, yeah, I've pretty much reground these tips. That's inevitable. I don't care how hard your steel is. when you have such a fine tip that it's like a molecule, even like mithril is going to bend. The cord wrap is going to get sliced open by the tips of these. Right, and as you can see, mine are all taped. I put electrical tape around them just as that cord wrap just gets shredded. I just wrap it with tape. Now in the future I am going to do a video with these, which are the Wartech kunai of the same length, okay? So stay tuned for that. When I do that, I'll put the link to that review in the text description box. As far as these, do I recommend them? Yes, they're a hell of a lot of fun. Alright, so Perfect Point brand kunai. Pretty cool. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.